Yep, the gravel's gonna do it in the middle of a turn. Go ahead and crash into his buddy and cause him to crash. Oh! I don't know, just interesting body type. We're gonna be going over some crashes and close calls. And if you're a brand new rider, pay attention because we don't want to make the same mistakes here. So we're losing a tire. That's a road surface hazard. Let's get away from it. No real accident. Oh, except for that one. So no real accident on that one, so we didn't have to rescue, but we were gonna have to rescue on this one. He's trying to make exit 33B, didn't make it. Let's go back just a teeny tiny bit. That's not fun. Just try to avoid it. I'm gonna try to pause it right here. So we are possibly trying to take the exit. So if you're a brand new rider, if you're gonna miss your exit, just miss it. Just continue going on that way or find your escape path and go. So what's happening here is he's applying the front brake. He did crash his bike. You notice that we are in fifth gear. We're in fifth gear going 20 miles per hour. So maybe a new rider. So we didn't downshift. We maybe we're getting into the off-ramp or whatever. We're in the gore area. So this is where all the debris and dirt and all this other stuff is. No cars are supposed to be there. We got into here and we're like, oh crap, we're going to crash into this grass. I must apply the front brake really hard. I never downshifted, didn't do anything really. And then we dumped the bike because we lost traction on all the gravel, as you can see right here, all that gravel. So that's probably what happened. Now that we know what happened, what can we do different? Like I said, we could just miss the exit, keep going, or we can find the escape path. We can only do 3 things on a motorcycle. We can go, stop, and turn. That's it. Now, the emergency version of those is emergency accelerate, emergency stop or emergency brake, and emergency swerve. That's pretty much all we can do. So when we're planning our ride, that we're going to be using the plan method for all of this here, is that first we need to be in position for safety, locate a hazardous situation, typically corners, intersections, assess any relevant threats. We have something in front of us. Active threat, yeah, it's in front of us. Okay, now we got to do something. So once you get into that active threat, which is what he's feeling right now, he slams the brake. We have those 3 things we can do: swerve, accelerate, or brake. Now, we do have an opportunity at 21 miles an hour to make an easy turn to the right. We have an easy opportunity to apply the brakes, but we have some gravel. Emergency accelerate out of it? Possibly. So in this situation, probably swerve to the right to get on that off-ramp, since we're further that way. Instead of swerving left, that'll be a little bit harder. Swerve right, okay? But how do we get there? Possibly missed the exit, got confused, all these other things. So kind of like a new rider mentality. So it's very important when you're out riding and you're practicing, let's say, freeway stuff, to know the exit, to get on the exit, to pay attention. Maybe have your phone on your handlebars. I use Rockform, that's quad lock. I like Rockform because there's a bunch of different accessories off the bike that I use. And then just have your GPS telling you to take the exit. Pay attention. So right here, we slammed the front brake and we had to layer down. So we lost traction on the front tire and hit it. So if you do want to apply the brakes, we do progressive braking. So a little bit, more. There it is. So how do we get to there? We're probably speeding on the off ramp. You see how it turns, and you can see the tire mark right there. So it looks like you can see the tire mark even coming in from here. So like I said, he was probably going this way. He's like, oh, this is my exit, and try to make the turn. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! When we could just say, oh crap, I missed my turn. Take the next one. We're on a bike. We're having fun. So don't panic. I mean, you could see the skid. You can see that right there. So if we swerved to do that part initially, and we start coming to here, you just keep swerving to make the turn instead of panicking. This is the panic point right here. Panicked. That's a panic point. This was a decision point. Decision to go this way. You're going to have to make a decision here not to panic and go this way. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. We're going to be going into some other stuff because we are trying to be smart riders, so acquire and use personal protective equipment. But we're going to be seeking out maintaining our fundamental skills, everything that we're going to be talking about in these videos. So most crashes happen because of something like this, failure to negotiate something, or intersections where a vehicle will come out, oh, not paying attention to passenger, sitting on the back, messing around. This is what I'm talking about. Typically, when a car turns out in front of us, and the plan method still works. Let's go back just a little bit here. Let's take a look. Usually they cut off the very beginning of what could possibly happen here. Okay, so this person's going to go into, it looks like an intersection because there's the building over there on the right. There's an open gap, so the dude's going that way. It's like, oh, they shouldn't have went in front of us and all that other stuff. Yeah, well, people don't tend to pay attention. Inattentional blindness. They're not looking for motorcycle riders. They're thinking about other things, blah, blah, blah. You ever get distracted by something at home? Same thing happens out on the cars, and then people are driving. Yes, it shouldn't happen because it's a more high-risk environment. You should be paying attention. Well, human behavior says that they're not gonna, and their brain actually shuts off things. So what can we do if you're saying other cars should pay attention? What should we do to pay attention? Well, planning our ride. So first and foremost, we see a car starting to turn out in front of us. We're going 26. Get really good with navigating the active threat with good progressive emergency braking. You practice your braking. Practice. You can't swerve right. She's trying. You're going to hit the car, the Toyota. Or if you emergency accelerate, you're going to run into the car even faster. If you're really quick and if it's pause here, maybe you swerve and get through all that. At 26 miles per hour, I'm applying the brakes really, really good. She's barely got one finger on it. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to squeeze as hard as I possibly can. And that's for the navigation of active threats. Now, first, how do we prepare for it and plan it? We have to locate hazard situations. I'm not going to be speeding through an area that's like this, where my escape routes are completely demolished. I can't swerve right, can't swerve left. I can only really brake or accelerate. So if I can only brake, then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be able to go to a speed where braking is incredibly easy and I know what I can do in that speed. The only way I'm going to know what I can do in that speed is if I train. And I have a motorcycle training system. Check it out. Multiple books. You get learn how to rescue somebody. You get the Smart Rider drills, 24 motorcycle drills. And then this first book, Riding Smart, with the little rescue card. Riding Smart, you actually get to learn how to ride a motorcycle in your neighborhood and practice all these things. You can practice in a parking lot when you finally exit the neighborhood. But I have the system for you, and it's based off the plan method. Tried our best. And if things do fail, as a smart rider, you acquire and use personal protective equipment to mitigate possible injuries, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Now that you guys have like the basis of things, let's just go ahead and play around with all these new crashes and close calls in all these different scenarios and see how you can apply the plan method, see how you can apply the Smart Rider training system to it. So right here, we're going to lane split, watch for open gaps. We talk about open lane patterns. There's an open lane right there. Okay, bus is coming in, not a big deal. We're constantly rotating our plan method. There's an open gap right there, progressive braking, a little bit of a panic. We locked up that rear tire. So you see the little, so we're going 75, 80, down to 39. We basically dropped half of our kilometers per hour. So 80 kilometers an hour is 50 miles an hour. Now we're going, 40? That is 25. So 50 to 25. Okay, now we had to decelerate. We're downshifting, engine braking, applying the brakes. But if you see the back end just kind of do that, don't do that. It gives you a headache. That's rear brake. He slammed that rear brake, lost traction, started sliding. And then he released it and it regained traction. Now we are able to go straight. So what does that tell you in this? Is slamming the rear brake's it's not gonna be the thing. 80% of your stopping power is on your front brake, 20% is on your rear brake. When you apply braking power or deceleration to a motorcycle, the front end dives down. If the front end dives down, the back end is not touching as much. There's less weight. Front end has more weight. That's why it's 80%. When you accelerate, it does that. That's why you start getting speed wobbles if you keep accelerating, because you're not having traction on that front tire, plus you hit a bump. So you want to be nice and smooth. So if you're going to be decelerating, use more of the front brake progressively. So this was a failure in applying the brakes appropriately. Still handled it. Survived it, but the lesson here is get comfortable with that front brake, okay? Practice that front brake. Use both rear and front, but realize you're doing most of your power of stopping with that front, so don't give the rear brake all of the power. All right. So we're riding on pretty crappy roads. That's gonna be, yep, the gravel's gonna do it in the middle of a turn, and she dumps the bike. All right. Let's go back just a little bit. Ow. Ouch. Let's take a look at what she's wearing. All right. There's no protection here. And I get it. There's like a company, I think, called Pando Moto, I believe. And they have clothing like this for women. It's kind of like a women's clothing thing. And they have armor in it, and it's abrasion resistant. So you can't really tell by just looking at it, but I can a little bit here. There's no armor on those shoulders. I can tell with that. So this is just like a shirt. And so if we're going to be riding, we're having fun, we know we're getting towards gravel, let's slow it down a little bit so we can go over the gravel nice and easy. But the reason why you want to have gear, there's the elbow, hits the ground first. You have elbow protection typically in motorcycle gear. And then shoulder hits next. Easy break of the AC joint, possibly your clavicle, so your collarbone. Easily snap a little bit there. SE joint right here could pop out a little bit. That's not fun. I actually have an SE joint injury from powerlifting years ago. Still kind of clicks and I have arthritis in there. But that's why you have motorcycle gear. Helmet's going to protect our skull. But let's slow it down when we know that there's gravel coming up. We see it ahead of time. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Just kind of cruise a little bit until we're out in a safer area where there's less gravel. Okay, why did we get up to here? There we are. How did we get up to here? Remember what I said? Intersections and corners are hazardous areas, right? Locating hazardous areas. Yeah, we endoed, so we applied a lot of front brake. It actually grabbed traction. We went up and over. The front tire basically stopped. We keep going because momentum, right? How did we get to that point in the first place? Going around the corner faster than our skill level. Faster than our skill level. This might be an easy corner for some people, maybe impossible for others. And then in the middle, it's going to be like super difficult. I pushed my limits, all these other things, right? Also, we probably target fixate. If you notice, we're looking through the corner in the right around here. We're looking through the corner. Let's just go ahead and do this. I think the eyeballs are right here. I'm going to assume the eyeballs. So I'm going to hit play and look where that circle ends up. Yeah. The eyeballs shifted. And I say the eyeballs because typically with the camera, you're looking where you want to go, and then you start doing this. Right? So if you're looking where you want to go, you don't do this, you keep looking. The camera's still going to point where your face is looking. Not everyone's riding like this. They're looking this way with the camera, and then they're looking that way. No, not a lot of people are doing that. They're literally looking where their face is pointed. That's why when you're doing slow speed maneuvers, when it comes to the Smart Rider drills, 24 motorcycle drills, I tell you to make those sharper U-turns by putting your chin on your shoulder and look that way so you continue going that way. So you continue going that way. Same thing here. This helps you out with these basic things of looking where you want to go in the parking lot, and it translates to here. It's going to remind you, oh, I need to look where I want to go instead of what? And then you go towards the what. So that's what happened here. So too fast for our skill level and got distracted. So once that happens, because it's going to happen, it's like, oh, there's a car. If you start looking that way, you'd be like, nope, I need to look this way. And then go towards that. But we panicked, target fixated on the problem, and did that. So we're learning about what it is that we can and can't do when it comes to these scenarios. So let's just pay attention. Oh, that's not good. They created a road surface hazard for you. But I want to point out, look how, I've mentioned this before. I'm glad it's caught on camera. Let's go back just a little bit. Look how powerful that explosion is with the tire. Do you think you should be riding right behind? Do you think you should be riding side by side? That thing will blow up and tear off a door of your car. So we have enough space cushion. We're gonna move over, did a head check, very good. Giving room for his buddy. It's a merge area, so he's maintaining staggered formation.
The tire hit my leg. Yeah.
That actually hurt quite a bit. Let's pull off. So they can talk to each other on their cardos. Once again, there's links in the description for the books, the rock form, cardo, everything here. But they can talk to each other too instead of having to do hand signals, so you can keep both hands on there. So that's a good. That was a good video when it came to space cushion. So the bunch of different things that we want to understand and learn, you can apply it to driving, apply it to riding. It's all in my books. It's all in the major trainings out there too.
Yeah.
Am I cooked? I don't know. We're going pretty fast. We have a turn coming up. Let's make the turn. Oh. Yeah. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Don't hit any fences. So what caused that? So we're going through the corner. We're going a little bit faster, but like, hey, if everything's perfect, we're going to make it. What's all that? What's all the bounciness? Hard to see when it's in the shade. Couldn't really see it ahead of time, but we're probably going to be able to make that turn if everything was fine. Everything was perfect. I don't trust the real world to be perfect. Nothing in the real world is perfect. Reality is not perfect. You can't anticipate that things will just be fine. You have to just assume, hey, there's possibly something here. This is here. How can we mitigate it? It's not like, hey, everything's dangerous. Let's just stay home. That's dangerous in of itself, is just staying home. So if you're going to go out there and do things sub-maximally. Give yourself a buffer zone of skill that you're leaving off, like leaving on the plate or whatever, just you're not using. So if something does happen, boop, it's there. You still have skill to use. So in this situation, hey, let's not speed around the corner. I know I could possibly do it, but I'm going to leave some speed on the table. I'm going to leave some of my skill on the table just in case something happens. Boop. I have some left over. Versus, hey, I'm going to push it to the very limit. And then if something happens, boop, it's past my limit. Now I crash. So leave some on the table at all times, sub-maximally. I like to leave anywhere between 80 and, I like to do at least anywhere between 80 and 90% of my skill level, leaving 10 to 20% over when I'm riding. So that means I'm just chilling for the most part. Chill vibes. Is that what the new kids say nowadays? Chill vibes, chill rides with more skill in the bank. So something happens, boop. Okay, back to this, boop. Back to this instead of boom, crash. So that's what happened there. I'm going to pass this because of that noise.
That's how.
All right, just cruising, just chilling. Line of sight issues from anybody wanting to come out. All these hedges.
In this case, there was absolutely nothing the right I could do.
Intersection, so hazardous area. Anybody want to come out and hit me like this? And so we fell on the ground. He's got full gear, very nice. So mitigates anything, insurance or the bike is the bike, whatever, get information. But am I okay? That's a win. You know, it is what it is. He's got full gear. That's very good. Couldn't have done anything about that. But once again, intersections are hazardous areas. Yeah, take your 100% to the track. Even on a track, you can push like 105, 110%. You know, there's risk mitigation inherent on a track. Okay, intersections. New rider mistake. Not necessarily new rider. Experienced riders could do this accidentally. The only way experienced riders, not the only way, a major way experienced riders deal with this part right here and do this is if they're distracted, drunk, mechanical issue. There's usually something else out there that happens, or dehydrated. You're not paying attention, cramped in the hand, you know, a bunch of different factors, but When it comes to a new rider, this is what typically happens with a new rider because they're just not there with the skill level. Okay. So we get up to here. Vehicle goes by. Very good. Where'd the vehicle? There it is. So we're going to go ahead and merge. So this is you see the engine RPMs, you hear it, they go up. So he gave it a little bit too much throttle, dumped the clutch, all that stuff. And now we're going super wide over 2 lanes. That's what we practice here in the Smart Rider drills. But we also practice it in the neighborhood here with this book. The full system, you get all these books, and you get a digital version too if you just want to get the digital version. But we practice all of that stuff in the neighborhood so that we don't make these mistakes out on these big roads. We learn friction zone, throttle control, turning. We understand how to make it nice and easy, tight turns, U-turns. This is basically a U-turn cut in half. Makes sense, right? It's a 90-degree turn. A U-turn's 180. So if you can do a U-turn, and you could do a tight turn from a stop, this is basically what it is. We're doing a bunch of those in the drills. So let's not make these mistakes because we don't want to accidentally now hurt ourselves, damage our bike. Now we're embarrassed. We don't want to get back on the ride. Let's reduce the amount of that so we can enjoy riding. And I'm glad he stopped by to help. All right. Oh, we hit a deer. Okay. Let's go. There it is. Yep. Not much you could do there other than acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. Wild animals, can't really mitigate much of that. We're wild animals here. We can mitigate that. So we looped it. Same thing. Another wild animal here. A bunch of wild animals. And he's going to go ahead and crash into his buddy and cause him to crash. Good control to avoid that crash. So somebody crashed, right? So somebody crashed. Part of the system is learning how to rescue someone. Yeah? So let's go ahead and rescue our buddy. Let's just not leave him out there and be like, sucks to be you. That's not very nice. Let's go ahead and remain calm. Let's ensure our own safety so we don't get hit, we don't get ourselves injured. And if there's any major bleeds, let's go ahead and stop these major bleeds. Okay, you want to call 911, look for hazards, all that stuff, and how to stop major bleeds is basically direct pressure, apply a tourniquet, or pack the wound. You get that training in Stop the Bleed, which is a class that you can take. I also have some videos on it, but I want you to take the class. There we go. So, oh, we got a big ride here. So hopefully somebody's gonna stop. Oh no. Yeah. I think we've all seen like a third part, like somebody's watching on a camera, somebody do this. We've seen what this looks like, not from the point of view of the rider, but this is what it looks like from the point of view of the rider. He's up and over. He's gone. Lifted off, friction zone, throttle, just started doing this because of the bumps. It is what it is. You usually see that with a new rider in a parking lot. They're like, oh crap. We did it here. Cool. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Maybe he has experience. He's got stickers, right? So he's got some experience. Maybe too many stickers, too many horsepower added. It is what it is. But we did it. Are we by ourselves? Think about that. Are you by yourselves if you're going to be doing this? Once if you snap your legs. One leg, right? How are you going to get out? Do you have a system in place to where you could call someone to help out? Do you have cell service? Do you know how to rescue yourself? So these are all questions that we can take from this video to maybe think like, I don't want to be this guy and not have help if something bad happens, right? All right, riding with a group of wild animals.
Make a rash decision to pull over.
So we're all passing.
Hit some loose dirt on the shoulder.
We're all going super fast around traffic, higher than the flow of traffic with a group of friends, getting that ego boost, the peer pressure. Like, let's just speed. And somehow we just straight up crashed. What happened there? Interesting cut. So he said somebody like stopped randomly, so he ran into somebody. No, just the camera fell off. Okay, camera just fell off. Whatever. Now are we gonna crash because we're distracted by our camera falling off? That's the thing. Think of your camera as a person that crashed, right? So we remain calm, ensure our own safety. That's our focus. And then we can stop major bleeds by picking up the camera safely, right? So rescue is a way of thinking when it comes to emergency panicky type situations. That's why you get a card with you. So if for some reason you pull over, you did the remain calm, ensure your own safety part, and you're like, what do I do next? Stop major bleeds. And you look at the back for any quickly assess severity. But that's the thing is like, if your camera falls, something falls off, something weird, whatever, remain calm. Ensure your own safety. First, let's not do anything stupid. It's a camera. Same thing with a human, right? Hey, Jeffrey crashed. I need to remain calm. I need to ensure my own safety. It's not just a camera, it's his emergency. It's not mine. I didn't crash. Relax. He crashed. It sucks. I want to help. But it's his problem. Sucks. He's an adult. This is life. I'm going to help, but I'm not going to be a part of the problem. And right now, we just crashed because we're too worried about our camera and not thinking. Once again, there's lessons. I've watched tens of thousands of these crashes and close calls. I've built systems in place to mitigate these crashes and close calls. And this right here was a crash caused by us, our brain. What's up, lady? No, that's not a lady. I don't know, just interesting body type. There it is. We're gonna crash. Are we gonna be able to rescue? Should you be doing wheelies and all that stuff? You do whatever you want to do. I don't care, but I hope you don't. But it is what it is. Are you gonna rescue? Is anybody here gonna rescue? I don't know. Oh, that'll do it. What's gonna happen, everybody? 3, 2, 1. Easy when it comes to, oh, that's a great view. Easy damage to the rim and a few other things, but I want to point out it's a bump. Whenever you go over a speed bump, that back end hits last second, the back tire does this, and it's going to launch you up. So that's why they tell you in the MSF and a bunch of other places, if you go over a bump, speed bump, train track, all these things, any kind of bump, a 2x4 in the road, you lift your butt up a little bit and use your legs as a little bit of a suspension. So right here, didn't see it. It is what it is. Highway speed's hard to see, right? We just hit it. It's going to show us what the back end's going to do to the body. If it was more violent, they would have been knocked off. So good job not translating it into the handlebars. All right, here we go. Oh, my Lanta. Ooh. Blue screen of death. Tried to swerve. Pretty hard to do. That sucks. Stupid driver. I hope he kept his leg on the rider. Tried to swerve, did the best he could. Hopefully had full gear. Intersections. Found the escape. Good job with the brakes and the escape. Good job. Get yourself a hero, man. Hey, what's up? I did that on purpose. I'm here to get a hero. Is it a hero or a gyro? I think it's a hero. All right.
This is a situation that
was good. People think that's nothing. People think this is nothing when it happens. This is a side of the vehicle pattern. It's an intersection. Coming up to it, applied the brakes, slowed it down, witnessed that this person has actually stopped and moved on. So we're in a position for safety. We located a hazard situation. We're assessing if it's a relevant threat. It is. We apply the brakes. We're going to go ahead and do progressive braking, emergency braking. We're going to slow it down. We're not speeding, so it's going to be very easy. Recognize that it's no longer an active threat because they did stop. And now I'm going to go do emergency acceleration to get out of this situation so I can put myself in a new position for safety. People look at this and they're like, no, he just did all that.
This is a situation that could have
Now we have a new thing.
avoided,
We have to
but
do a whole new
unfortunately,
version of
neither
plan
nor the
every single
charitable
time we're writing
display
it. It
enough
just keeps
attention.
rotating. Keeps rotating. Oh.
Oh la vache.
So what does this tell you? Maybe be a little more patient. Don't really try to get through traffic.
Hop, vous pouvez m'aider s'il vous plaît, ce serait gentil.
Apply the brakes. Ooh. Sees the side of the vehicle there. It's a relevant threat. Active threat. Easy. We're already applying the brakes. Already doing a good job. We couldn't stop in time. We just need to slow down as much as we possibly can. Now, if I'm seeing this, let's go back. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop in time, so I'm going to swerve left. This worked, what he's doing, but you start to realize I'm not going to be able to stop in time. I'm going to go for the gap that is opening up. But he did good on the brakes. That was pretty good. That was really good. That's why I have my phone on my handlebars. You see the GPS? It's a mini map. It's a mini map to know what's coming up. You know that you're gonna make this nice little gradient left right here. It shows it on the view of what I'm seeing and on the phone. Hey, but the next turn after that is, look at the turn. It's sharp right. I'm gonna prepare for it. And then it's gonna be straight, then it's gonna be a left, then it's gonna be kind of like a little windy, then it's gonna be a sharp right way up there after a couple turns. So cool. I now have a mini map. There's the sharp turn. Buddy didn't know it though. I did. I knew about it. There's the sharp turn. Buddy crashed. Now we have a turn. Obviously, we're going to stop, but then we have a turn left. We have a sharp turn on the mini map. Buddy should have had it. There's the sharp turn. Buddy didn't make it. It's going to let you know what's coming up so you can prepare for it. Oh, don't be a deer. Deer take out so many cars, so many motorcyclists. If you're in deer country, he's got high beams on too. You gotta wear gear. You gotta wear gear. Yeah, that was a deer. That was a deer. Oh, my Lanta. That sucks. All right, intersections. Looks like Arizona. See, they don't even see other cars. So we can't be upset when they don't see us. It's going to be harder for them to see us than it is other cars, and they don't even see cars. So if it's an intersection and it turns green, it does not mean go. It means safe to go? Okay, cool. That's what it means. So good job on this rider not speeding up. Didn't accelerate. He went 4, realizing the person's coming. Okay, well, it's whatever. But he didn't just go. He saw that person. So he located a hazardous situation. He assessed, hey, that person's not slowing down. It's going to become I think it's going to become an active threat. It became an active threat. I'm not going. The car driver didn't do that. So you can do this with cars too. If you're driving your car, you can do the plan method too. So good job on this rider. Giving him props. Monkey 4BW. Interesting name. But good job. I love the little extra honk at the end. Idaho fella. Do you guys see Boise, Idaho, like flooded? It's pretty nuts. I like Boise. Person just keeps moving over. Okay. So good jacket. You can emergency accelerate or swerve into the turn lane. You could do all that stuff, or you can let him in by applying the brakes. So this was just kind of a situation where he had all 3 available to you. It is what it is. It happens. Move on. So this is an intersection, hazardous area, possible merge areas, possible low side. Typically see that with all the oil there. So if you see a bunch of shininess on the street like that, avoid it. Possibly, it's probably oil. If it's not raining out, nothing, and you just see like this long streak of weird looking liquid that's shiny, More than likely oil. So stay away from the road surface hazard. Sometimes it's not a car that's causing you to, well, I guess a car caused this crash too, I guess, in a way. But if a car's not going to hit you, you're not going to hit a car, you're doing nice and easy turns, you're doing everything right. There's gravel, there's oil, there's ice, there's something that's going to remove traction from your tires. And the only thing that you have keeping you upright on the road is your tires having traction. So you don't want to go over something that doesn't have, that's going to reduce your traction. So as soon as you see that weird stuff, either go wide on the turn or go in the turn. Do not ride on it. Avoid it. Avoid it. So it's not just looking out for other vehicles, it's about looking at the road too. Constantly having to scan back and forth. Keep your eyes moving. The moment you target fixate on something, peripheral vision starts to do this to you. You start tunnel vision. So if you're constantly doing this, it's like, okay, no more tunnel vision. You're just constantly scanning. And if you make the mistake, wear gear just in case. And nobody wants to stop. Nobody's stopping to help. Not a fan of that. Okay, merge area, intersections. They should have went in the first available. It is what it is. Why didn't they see us? We have this giant red fluffy ears. All right, residential area. We have a pedestrian. That's a possible problem.
Fucking go.
Did Mercy swerve around a crazy person? Good job recognizing ahead of time. Oh, my Lanta. Apply the brakes or accelerate out. Don't just hang out. If you're pulling in the clutch to rev bomb, you remove power to the rear wheel. So now you're just coasting side by side with a big semi truck. You either get out or let them in. All right, GPS, good. Open lane pattern. I love it. Let's see, right. Okay, that's a good. Barely got the vehicles in front. So open lane pattern, it's a merge problem, but I want you guys to see the patterns here. Is if our lane has an open spot, this is a big open spot, right? That's a big open spot. This car up here is moving faster than this car right here. This driver recognizes, hey, it's open. This car is moving faster than this car. I want to now switch. Just like people at the grocery store going to the line that is moving quicker. You do it too when you're driving. You do it too in the grocery store. You do it whatever. You do the same behavior as this person does. Hopefully you're just doing head checks. Hopefully you're not merging into somebody. Well, if you do it and you can assume that you know you do it, you can assume other people might want to do the same thing. Oh, look, from my perspective, it looks like this is an opportunity for someone like this person to do this because that's what I would probably do. Well, if that's the case, then ride staggered with the cars. Or recognize, hey, it's an open spot. More than likely, you're going to come out. So I'm going to ride staggered. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let them in. Not a big deal. And then we're going to move on. Write in the comments if you see this and you're just like, they're going to do that. And then they do it. And you're like, okay, cool. Not a big deal. Or if you don't see it and you're like this rider, it pisses you off. So if you can see ahead of time, you can anticipate it. You can not get so pissed off. You can keep your state of mind in nice, calm, relaxed mode. You're not rev bombing. You're not, doing stupid stuff. You're just kind of like, it's just road traffic. I'll worry about the bigger problems, like somebody pulling out and doing a left turn in front of me. I'll worry about, all these bigger major issues. But if I can just point out this and there's like less major issues and it's just, then I could just keep all my brain on the hard stuff. See you later, Moto Gaga. So I'm just cruising along as I normally do. Okay. Oh, there's a ladder. Road surface hazard. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. How fast were we going? I don't think this is a 70 plus. There's 75. I don't think this is a 70 plus road. This looks more like a 45. So we're doing criminal speeding in the state of Arizona anyways. You're going to get impounded in a criminal ticket. And somebody decides to do that. They weren't anticipating you to get that close that quickly. They're thinking you're going 45 instead of 75. You're a small target anyway, so it's hard to judge how far away you are and how quickly you're coming. That's a big problem when it comes to motorcycle riders and why people pull out in front of motorcycle riders, because it's hard to judge. So you want to be as predictable as possible. The only thing they can assume is somebody's going to be doing the speed limit. So let's just do the speed limit so they can at least have some kind of knowledge of what's happening. Versus you speeding, and it's already hard for them to judge that how fast you're going or how far away you are. I'd rather give them one little thing. And it's better for me. I'm just going to do the speed limit. I don't want a ticket. And he lost traction, so he applied too much rear brake. I was hoping to see if it was the speed limit sign. But anyways, here we go. They're going to come out when we're going in. Yeah, that happens. Didn't panic ourselves, though, in the middle of a turn. Very nice. We have a turn coming up in 1.1 miles. Oh, good swerve. Good job. See how it looks? Okay, we're going to go 100 kilometers an hour. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going, oh, Mylanta. Good adjustment of your position. Can't see much here. Where's your headlights? They're barely moving, if they're even on. We're going to accelerate pretty hard. There's a highway pool. Hopefully we don't get a speed wobble. Or run into the back of our friend with his girlfriend. It's very important that you have headlights, because you don't want to be doing this. Oh, it's just him without any jacket on. So I legit thought that was a chick. Guys, see, that's what you look like. You look like chicks when your shirt flops up like that. Wear a jacket.
Dude, that's
His buddy's on the ground, though.
You were going. You good?
Hit me.
That was me. That was me. That was me, bro.
Can you at least help me fix my
Yeah. I got you.
He's pissed.
I got the 600.
Are you okay?
He's good.
Are you okay?
Come on.
All right, let's take a look at another MotoStars video. This is 5 years old, but I believe the plan method and everything I talk about in the Smart Rider motorcycle training system does work. So links in the description for all of that. Free shipping in the United States. But we're going to take a look and see what problems people have and how we can navigate them. So that was a good job with a swerve in the middle of a turn. Typically, people panic and it causes a problem. But good job with the emergency swerve. We're going to do three things. Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. So he did good here. Somebody pulling out, did a left turn from. That's how we typically die. Intersections and corners. We add both of them together. It's a pretty high risk. So good job navigating it. This is a 5-year-old video, so I'm hoping we didn't get worse. So I'm hoping to,
The driver didn't
I guess not hoping to see people do bad things in this and better in recent times. But I think a lot of the same problems still happen. There was a merge accident. We moved over into a new position over here on the left. You do what you have to do. You're not going to win, okay? The law of gross tonnage dictates that truck will win even if you collide. It's like me going against a sumo wrestler. Who's going to win? Me. No, I'm just kidding. The sumo wrestler is going to win. So we're not going to be able to navigate that. You just have to get out of the way. That was an open lane pattern. Pushed us all the way out. Dude's an ass. So we're getting up to here. Open lane pattern. So immediately we're in the blind spot. I want to point that out because remember, we're planning our ride. What position are we in? We're in a blind spot. It's not a position for safety. This is a hazardous spot. I don't like it. I need to now assess, is it going to be a threat? Probably. It's going to happen. So I'm going to navigate myself in a better position, roll up the throttle, and so now I'm staying staggered between a car. So if they switch over, they're not going to hit me. That's what I would have done, but we're not there. So now we're here. It's an open lane. This person wants to go with the open lane. They don't like being stuck behind the white vehicle. They see a far right open lane. We see motorcycle riders do this all the time. We have a performance car right here. This guy has the same mentality as motorcycle riders. He's just an idiot. Probably the tint is illegal. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and switch over. Okay? we're in the blind spot. We're in a bad spot. So all we can do is emergency progressive braking. We got to do something. It's action time. We got to do it. We got to do it. So apply those brakes as best you can. He did a nice little swerve, so that's fine too. He got pushed out, went with them. Dude's a dummy. So you can do emergency braking and swerving. You can do a mix of all three of those. You can move out of the way. You can then apply the brakes. You do what you feel like is important to you, but remember, those are the only three things you can do. Now, imagine if he rev bombed or honked the horn and did nothing else. He would have gotten hit. So the rev bomb, honking the horn, flipping people off, trying to punch mirrors doesn't help. Get yourself out of there and get away.
See if he has anything to say.
Nah. Probably not.
Did you not see me?
I literally looked too to see if I could.
You don't even have your seatbelt on. This guy does not care.
Okay.
He's just on his own, just
No,
like, I'm gonna do
take it
dumb
easy.
stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna fist bump this person. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. I'm not gonna try to correct his behavior, but I am gonna call him an idiot. Maybe use different language, but it's gonna be along those lines. Maybe I'll use some adjectives, some adverbs, the one word that you can use as a noun, adverb, pronoun, all those things. You know what I'm talking about? I'd be saying some stuff and then I'd move on.
I literally, because I.
I'm not gonna fist bump you, dude. I'm not gonna, like, yeah, it's all good. You're an idiot.
Literally,
You're
you, I don't,
idiot.
I saw you turned at the light.
No, it's cool. I'm on a bike. They're hard to see. You too, man.
No. I'm not gonna let him know that. I know that. I'm not gonna let him know that. It's hard to see us. It's hard to see us. It's the inattentional blindness aspect of things and blah, blah, blah. But that was pure incompetence and pure intent. I want to do this thing. I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to look. I'm going to just do what I want to do. And then if consequences happen to me, then it's not going to be my fault because I'm always the victim. That's how I view these people. So it's like, no, I'm not going to escalate. I guess calling him an idiot is going to escalate it, but I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to call him. I'm going to make a statement of opinion. It's a subjective opinion statement, even though it's a fact.
The driver doesn't keep a
Sorry, that
safe
one
distance,
was
sounds the
annoying.
horn for no reason, and finally
Okay.
overtaking almost hits the biker.
Okay. Don't like it. Park off to the sides, not behind. Just off to the sides a little bit. I'd be off to the right, I guess, because all these. Stopping close, frustrating. Hitting the bike, more frustrating. Maybe pissed me off. But if you're close, don't touch me. Oh, I hate it. I hate it when people do that. So yellow here is like the moment it turns green here in the United States, somebody honks the horn. We're having fun with this video. So in the like when somebody does that in the United States, it pisses me off because you have to think about it. Think about it. This is what I would think about after it happens. And then I would just know. So now you guys are going to know. The moment it goes from red to green, you have to take your foot off the brake to the gas pedal. You're not going to gun it. You're going to give it nice and smooth to go, right? So the moment brake to gas, right? They honk the horn before you even get your foot to the gas pedal. So what does that tell you? It tells you that they have their hand on the horn already. As soon as it turns green, boop. What the heck are you doing? If you're just going to be, I'm waiting for the green light, so boom. That's what they're doing. There's no way they're sitting here, see the green light, then do that. Or like give them a second, one Mississippi. No, they don't do that. They're literally sitting right. I try to assume and correct myself with that, is that they have to shit so bad the diarrhea is already leaking. It's already on the seat. They already know it. Like they have to. Like I need to get home. That person right there just gunning it. I need to get home. It's all gonna come out. I'm okay with a little bit, but it's getting to the point where it's now gonna go through my shorts onto the seats. The cheeks are already warm. Exactly. That's the only thing I can make myself feel a little bit better. Okay, hard back. Open lane pattern right there. Just cruise nice and... Hey, look at, we're back.
Why are you... What?
Was there a problem? You turning around looking at my car?
No, why are you beeping at me and you almost knocked me off my bike?
I almost knocked you off the bike.
Did you see... Almost
Why
knocked
did
me
you
off.
turn around at the light?
When I've tried we're just gonna have fun with this one, I guess. But if you are a new rider, pay attention. We're kind of getting into psychology a little bit, but we do a lot here when it comes to the system. So check that out, and we're gonna maybe hopefully use the plan method. But we're having a fun discussion on this one. But whenever I have strangers, like people that I care about, I won't do this. I'll actually have a disagreement in good faith. But when it comes to strangers like this, I just like to be a smart ass. And I go in bad faith. I have a bad faith argument. I do ad hominem attacks. I do all that stuff on purpose. I think somebody made, there's comments out there, or statements or whatever, quotes. It's like, I'm not here to win. I'm here to piss you off. That's how I treat strangers. Not all the time. Not all the time. When they're like this, yes. If they're having a good faith, sure. But she's not already. I could tell immediately she's not in good faith. She's not taking accountability. That's what I believe in good faith is. So I'm just going to try to piss you off. And I'm just going to make fun of you. People I care about, I won't. Even if they're not taking accountability and whatnot, it's like I'll still try. But yeah, she was dumb yesterday. She'll be dumb tomorrow. Yeah,
Me the whole way.
because logic doesn't work.
I have got a life. Get a life yourself. Learn to have drive, not kill.
It'd be like, go to the dentist. I think it's about time. I'd be, man, I could be an ass. I could be an ass. Oh, some days I want to be an ass so bad. I gotta stick to my values though. I gotta.
People. I've got you on camera.
Hold it down, Daniel. Just stick to the values. All right, Mickey D's. All right. Oh, there it is. Typical. Oh. It's not pretty, but it works. Finally, we got to do something for fun and training. So, left turners, very dangerous for motorcycle riders. Back to here. We're going to make it quick because I want to get back to making fun of people. So, locating hazard situations, intersections, or hazard situations. Anybody in the left turn lane is a relevant threat. It is to me. The moment they start pulling out, when I'm traveling, it doesn't matter if they have an arrow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter nothing. If I'm going and I have a green light, I know I'm supposed to go, and they start moving out because they're not paying attention. They have a red arrow, but they see green. And they're like, I'm going to go. That's what happens. But either way, it doesn't matter. If the moment they start pulling out, active threat. Right there. Active threat. So what can I do when there's an active threat? This is the whole red stage we used to talk about. But active threat, action time, I got to do something. Mercy brake, mercy swerve, or mercy accelerate, or a combination of some, or do one and then have to switch to the other. It is what it is. If I'm going through an intersection, I'm already covering the brakes, so I'm prepped for mercy braking anyways. And I'm going to focus mainly on the front brake. I'm going to use a little bit of rear brake, but progressive braking. I'm going to hope that car, if I apply the brakes, I'm not going to be able to stop in time. I'm going to slow down myself enough with really good braking that they're going to make it through by the time I collide. And if I realize that I'm going to collide because they're not making it through quick enough, I'm going to swerve left in this situation. If I swerve right, I'm going to hit the front end of them instead of the back end. I'm going to swerve left. And then I'm going to swerve right to get back into my lane, if it's feasible. Or I'm going to swerve left as far as I possibly can and park on the left side the wrong way. And I'm going to do a nice little U-turn because I practice my smart rider drills. Okay? That's what I would do. That's the scenario that I built inside. This is my emergency escape guideline, my emergency escape policy for me when I ride. You know, you guys all have policies at work. You guys have guidelines at work. It's like, this is what you do when this situation happens. This is my emergency intersection guideline, whatever, right? That's what I have. So if something happens, I'm going to do what I can. So he did good. He applied the brakes. He got a little squirrely on the rear end, maybe a little bit too much rear brake. Remember what I said? Focus more on the front. A little bit squirrely on the rear end, but he slowed down enough for that person to go. It's not always going to be the case. That's why I like to switch it up with a swerve if I have to. But he did good. It was successful. It was not pretty, but it was successful, and that's all that matters. Work on making it prettier, make it work on yourself and train to make it to where it looks like you do it all the time, because you do when you're training. So he did good. He did fine. Fine is good. So it's going to be a lot of rear brake. That's why he does this. So he reaches for. So you see how now he reaches for the front brake? I'm already covering it. When I see an intersection. So he's going to roll off the throttle, reach the front brake. I'm already covering the front brake. And if you really want to, you can roll off the throttle a little bit entering an intersection. You're still going to go. So if you're going 45 into an intersection, you roll off the throttle and you're covering the front brake, you're still giving a little bit of throttle, just not all of it, right? And you're going to slow down a little bit, right? So you're going to go 45 to maybe 42 through the intersection. But you're already prepped for anything. And then once you get through the intersection, it's safe to go. Go ahead and roll back on to 45. It's not a big deal. You 45, 42, 45. Whatever. Whatever. You just made your commute half a second longer, if that. But you're prepped for anything that's weird. Right? Not a big deal. But prepare yourself so that you don't have to reach for it. You just go, whoop. It's another Charger. It's not the R model, though. It didn't have the nice rims. All I see looking down, then up and down, up, obviously texting.
Header of the driver has been cut short.
I want to point out, though, real quick, this is a great video, is that this is a good lane position. Now, space cushion-wise at these speeds, maybe not, but still we have an escape to the left with that shoulder. And the lane position is that we're off to the left of this, I believe it's a Nissan. And you see how far we can see? That's our line of sight. We have really good line of sight. And that's also our escape. If we did nothing and this person slammed the brakes and didn't go left or right, we wouldn't hit. We would just go straight. So we have a built-in escape path. Technically, it's a built-in space cushion, right? But built-in escape path, built-in line of sight. We have another escape path to the left. It's because we're parked off to the side while they're kind of moved over to the right. If they move all the way to the left, I'm going to move all the way to the right. But we're not right behind. We're not right behind the car. I just wanted to point that out because that's part of positioning for safety. Escape path, space cushion, line of sight. That's what you look for a position for safety. So he's in a position for safety right now, and he's locating their texting. Is it going to be a threat? Well, not really if they just maintain. It's only going to be a real bad threat is if they like let go of the gas or do something stupid to me. And if that's the case, I'm going to go slow down a little bit, increase my space cushion. You see how this goes on in your head? Practice that when you're riding. Practice it when you're driving. Pulls over to the shoulder. Okay. So you switched very good. That's what I'm talking about. I haven't seen this video. Don't be side by side. If you already recognize they're doing this on the road, don't be side by side. Don't be side by side because they're going to do this to you. It is what it is, but you did good with the skill set. Maybe up here, like wanting to correct them is not good. Okay, we're lane splitting. Whatever. That's what I'm saying. State of mind, right? Side by side. We're in the blind spot.
Phone.
that say 60? Or was it the road?
Get off the phone.
This is a 60-mile-an-hour road? I mean, it's a divided highway. 4 lanes. Okay, it's just slow traffic today. There's no way that's 60. Good space cushion in front of us.
Where one careless person can put all the others in danger.
Yeah. There's no way this is a 60 because there's traffic. There's no way. It must be the road name. Probably 60 miles per hour. Sorry, I got a booger. I didn't want to poke. I keep forgetting I'm on camera. You guys can't see it? Oh, I can see it. I can see it. I'm sorry. Don't look at me. It's probably Canada. So 60 kilometers. Let's just say it's kilometers an hour. That's 37. That's about right. That's about right. Okay. This looks like a 35-ish mile an hour road. Good space cushions. Watch out for the guy on the right wanting to go in the open lane. Because ours is moving faster. That's what I'm trying to talk about. It didn't happen. That's fine. Doesn't happen all the time, but it's a good pattern to practice. Oh. Why did we cut it off so quick? So the truck wasn't paying attention. You can see it. I'm sorry. Truck on the far right was not paying attention. The car in front of him was slowing down or coming to a stop, and then last second they tried to swerve. Intersection, there's somebody coming out. It's green for us. They're supposed to go in the first available lane. They didn't. We're going to just stay in our lane. If somebody's doing this and they don't, and right now they just crossed that line, apply the brakes. We haven't done any brakes. We haven't done nothing. Now that they're in our lane, okay, cool. I'm going to run into you if I just, stay in the middle of my lane. I'm going to move to the lane you should have been in. I'm going to swerve. But we stayed in the lane. Give yourself some space. Give yourself a space cushion away from idiots. Stay away from idiots. That's normal advice for life, I think. Now, if everyone tries to stay away from you, you might be the idiot. So
the driver cuts through several lanes at once, making it difficult for the biker to cross. An initially nervous reaction changes completely.
If he's an idiot, that was nice. That was nice. I was say if he's an idiot, don't try to hang around the idiot. Just move on. But he was doing a nice thing. All right. Rainbow, California. All right, it's a stop sign. Go when it's safe for you to go. Oh, he applied the brakes with the handlebars turned to the left. That's a typical thing. Let's see. Is it going to show it? Handlebars are turned to the left. We apply the brakes. We follow to the left. That's one of the first things they teach in the MSF, and it's something I teach in my the first book, Riding Smart, when it comes to braking. Because when you apply the brakes, you want to straighten the handlebars, then apply the brakes. But if you apply the brakes to the left, apply the brakes when you're turning left, it's going to go down and fall to the left. Turn right, brakes, fall to the right. So you want to straighten up the handlebars and apply the brakes. So if he's turning left, he's like, oh crap, I got to stop. It's like, oh crap, I have to stop. Then straighten up and turn. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. That's a newbie mistake for a non-newbie. So you can't forget the fundamental skill set that you have. You have to be paying attention. Yeah, they're all laughing about it. Got a little back protector. Shut it off and turn it back on. All right. I'd be more to the right so I could see kind of around the car, but maintaining good space. There's brakes. Swerve. Very good. New position for safety. Get back in your lane. Don't look forward. You're still in the wrong lane. Keep putting yourself in a position for safety. How you do it, those three things. Intersection. Watch out for any gravel, any road surface, typically on roundabouts like that. Anybody want to pass and come into our lane? That's a non-issue. You went to the far right of that lane. If you see this, just kind of do that. Like, you understand why they're doing that because of the cyclists. Yeah, they're kind of creeping over a little bit, but we can move over too. We didn't have to get right next to them and be like, "Look what you did! We so upset, you stupid." Okay, let the idiot be in front.
The logic behind this driver's
Let the idiot be in front.
indicated that the biker
I didn't get hit.
decides to
It is what it is. Let the idiot be in front. Move on. You still got some more to do on your GPS. You just go, move on. Who cares? Now everyone's passing around you. They're like, what is this idiot on the bike doing? All right. Where's some gear, please? Okay, roll off the throttle. Very nice. Which one's the real speedo? Maybe you change the sprocket. So he needs a GPS speedometer. Can't trust his bike speedometer. Okay, you let him in. He rolled up the throttle, let him in. That's what you do. They're not allowed to pass. Okay. With the cyclist. Yeah, I guess you're not. There's the scooter. Little scooter with the... I'm learning about the UK system and the laws there. In the United States, yeah, they do kind of do that with the cyclists. They're not supposed to cross the white. Like, they're not supposed to. But it's like, it's just kind of common. And so it's kind of a pattern that you'll see. So if you see cyclists and cars coming on the same lane, just assume they're going to do that. It's frustrating because cyclists want to be on the road. You're on the wrong side, buddy. Cyclists want to be on the road, but they don't do the speed. So now, if we follow the laws, we would have to go like 15 miles an hour max until it's safe to, until there's a passing zone, which is, cyclists just stop. All right. Oh, they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out. Not a big deal. Let them in. Don't accelerate into them. Why'd they do that? Because they decided to. It is simple as there's the side of the vehicle right there. Let's go ahead and pass. Let's just move on. Not a big deal. Watch for any new hazards like this one right here. They're gonna come into our lane maybe. Nope. Okay, we're handling it. Not a big deal. And then right here, open lane pattern. Anybody want to pop out on the left? And there's a turner. There's a side of the vehicle. We're gonna slow it down. Kind of cruise around it. Okay, now go around. Or let them. There it is. Move on. Emergency accelerate now. Emergency accelerate. That's a good opportunity to practice it, because if somebody behind you wasn't paying attention, you're going to have to emergency accelerate out, and he's checking his mirrors right now. So that's really what it is. I don't know. That was a fun one. Make fun of people. You know, if they want to do bad faith arguments with you and they don't want to take accountability, want to play a victim, that's kind of fun to do. Just be aware that you're probably going to escalate it a little bit. I don't know. That's what I would do. Anyways, with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I'll see you guys on the next one. We got a video here for you. So if we're going to be watching some crash and close calls, it might as well learn what to do and what not to do. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So safe driving is dangerous for bikers. Okay, we're in Portugal. Speaking to Portuguese. I don't know how to say it. I just like saying geese. But we're going to go through here. So noticing the signs. Very nice. Doing an after action review.
Keep a safe distance.
We have a corner coming up. We have lots of different traffic possibly going in and out. Okay, what do we got here? We got a speed bump. We're going to go over nice and easy. Hopefully we don't get hit from behind. Pardon my French. I thought you were speaking Portuguese. So somebody probably hit us. There it is. So they didn't slow down enough. Now, these are pretty simple speed bumps. What you can do is when you go over them, you obviously want to like slow it down just a little bit, but you lift your butt up and you go boop, 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 and then you sit back down and then you keep going. Sometimes it's safe to go slow. Sometimes it's not. If you see in your mirrors that there's somebody not paying attention, it's like it might be better just to go over them. Lift that butt up just in case. All right, we're gonna move on. Let's take a look at that one. So corners and intersections are hazardous areas. We're using the plan method here. These are hazardous situations. Slow it down before the turn. Hopefully you don't low side.
Tires. But I am about to order some good tires.
Oh, so he's got some bad tires.
Be a bit more committed.
Lower traction possibly. So just because you have better tires doesn't mean you should be more committed. You should be the same committed to every single turn. So we're speeding up before the turns. Looks like it might be a sharp left turn. It's pretty much a 90 degree. We're gonna low side, aren't we? It turned into high side. So we started falling down and then it flipped us up. So here's the thing is like, do you know how sharp this turn is? Not really. If you have your phone on your handlebars with GPS, you basically have a mini map. And so you can see how sharp this turn is on your little mini map. You're like, ooh, I might take this one nice and easy. So I use rock form. We have Cardos so you can talk to each other. So Cardo Pack Talk, there's links in the description for discounts. And then also everything we're talking about when it comes to the plan method is in the motorcycle training system that I have here, multiple books. Right here, locating hazardous situations, corners, intersections, where most motorcycle riders die. If you drink alcohol, it's even worse. If you don't wear a helmet, it's even worse. Mainly alcohol, corners, and intersections are what kills motorcycle riders. Alcohol on board, drinking, blah, 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 while turning on a corner, while in town with intersections, greater chance of dying. So let's just say he's not drinking alcohol, he's just taking a corner. Okay, too fast in the corner, bad tires. Yeah, that's a choice that we made. You can also understand how sharp of a turn it is, all these things. So what can we do when it comes to planning this turn? First, we locate it's a hazardous situation. Okay, it is what it is. Is it a relevant threat? I don't know. I wish I had my GPS. Sharp turn, it's a relevant threat. How do I navigate this whole thing when I have bad tires and I'm going too fast? First, let's slow it down a little bit and make the turn nice and easy. That's it. 3 things you can do on a motorcycle: turn, accelerate, brake. Okay, so we got to turn. Let's slow it down. I don't get this idea that we have to take every turn fast. I want to take that back. I do understand. I do understand that you want to do it. It's fun. You like to do it. You want to speed. Don't tell me what to do. I'm my own person. Do whatever you want to do. Go ahead. I'm telling you, you're taking high risks. You're taking really high risks with bad tires that you can be more committed when you get new tires, which don't do it within the first 100 miles. But sure, I get it. You already know that. You already know that you're trying to speed up and catch up to your buddy and you guys are having this fun idea, this whatever. You do know you have bad tires. You don't know if it's a sharp turn or not, so you're going to just take it at a high speed. Like you realize there's some risks that you're taking that you might not even know. So that's why we're talking about it. So slow it down. You know you have bad tires. Just take the turn nice and easy. Enjoy the fact that you're on a motorcycle before you have to get new tires. You don't have to do I'm going to have some fun and have this thrill-seeking behavior. You're already doing thrill-seeking behavior by riding a motorcycle and not driving a car. Honestly, sometimes driving a car is fun because you have nice music, it's comfy, AC, all that stuff. But lesson here, slow it down. Slow it down. Because now you have to get more than just new tires. New gear, because you're going to replace the helmet after a crash, especially if you hit your head.
It turned out to be quite an adventurous drive there before a good time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a playthrough of the scenario that happened.
Good after action.
Then a breakdown of that scenario. So. Okay.
Let's get to it. All right. So he's going to flip off What are these? Cows?
That's a big bull. We don't want to with him.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah.
That's a big.
Why are you flipping off cows? I'm always like, hey, what's up, cows? There you go. Dude, this is where like a rev bomb might actually work. But then again, it might not. They might not like you. But if you're not paying attention, you run into one of these, you're gonna have a bad day. There you go. Just kind of do your thing, kind of herding them up. Yeah.
Feel like a cowboy.
Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Yeah, this one you just got to be kind of cautious, careful. Just kind of cruise. If something comes at you, I mean, always put yourself in a position to where you have an escape.
Hey there.
Oh no. Okay. Go, 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 go. Now go. Now go. Now go. Now go. Don't just hang out. Get away from the hazard. Just go. You got a nice view. Got a good look. Stay on the road. Don't go off road.
What?
I just called you an ignorant pig.
What did I do?
Turn these cattle around, start chasing them with this.
Just driving down the road, man.
Shit, I can hear you for a half a mile, you dumb.
Wow, nice to meet you, sir.
Got lucky today.
Okay.
See cattle on the road strung out. Use your.
Just go.
They're probably being moved.
Just go. Yeah, just go. Guy's an idiot. Open lane pattern right there. So somebody wants to go into open spot. It's a merge area. So you see that pattern. If you see this right here, somebody wants to switch over. So if you see this from your point of view, anticipate somebody switching over. If somebody switches over when you're trying to be there, you're gonna get hit. So what can we do? We can just let them in. We see that's happening. We're gonna go into it, and somebody comes in. Is that cool? You have it. Not a big deal. We're not gonna fight because we're gonna lose. So he sees this. Start rolling off throttle, applying some brakes. Let them in. They're gonna want to accelerate because they don't want to be stuck. So they're gonna accelerate to go. It's gonna take them a little bit, but still they're gonna accelerate to go. Now I'm watching out for anyone else.
In this situation, the biker decided not to let go and express discontent.
So you don't have to do this. If you recognize these things ahead of time and you just kind of let them in, you're done. You're done. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do that. It's embarrassing, to be honest. You're kind of a, I mean, Ranger Knight, or Rager Knight. That's his name. So this is just what he is, an ass. All right, here we go. Moving on. Hopefully we don't get rear-ended. Oh no! Please don't. Nobody get hit. Nobody get hit. Nobody get hit. Nobody get hit. Did the cyclist do the wrong thing? I'm assuming they're going with traffic, and the person is trying to turn left.
Blocks the passage on the green light.
Is he not turning left because of the pedestrians crossing? So he's not going in the intersection, that's all. You can see the pedestrians crossed. Okay, now that they're not crossed, now there's cross traffic. You do whatever you want. Maybe you could have broken down. Sometimes that happens. Moving on. Not a big deal. So we're gonna go. We were lane. Oh. Not a big deal. You just you see ahead of time. You apply the brakes. You move on.
Despite seeing the biker deliberately goes forward, blocking the passage.
You guys saw the side of the vehicle that whole time, right?
The driver.
You can see it moving. You see it right there, right next to the white building thing, the toll booth, whatever the heck that is. You see that, right? So if you see that kind of stuff out of the corner of your eye, take a quick look at it, then look forward because obviously we're going to be lane splitting and lane filtering. So if you see that, we're intersecting, right? See, look at that. You see how we're intersecting? So that means it's an intersection, which means that's the side of the vehicle pattern, which means that there's a possibility of T-bone. So you should go into this kind of like cautious, right?
Biker deliberately goes forward, blocking the passage.
So this right here, what do? Practice your patience. Just practice your patience. That's all. Now go. Now go. Just go. Rager Knight. Go.
See in the video, she turned on her right turn signal, meaning that she was going into the driveway on the right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see her right turn signal. That'd make more sense. It just looks like all of them are... I'm trying to find out where's the signal? No, where's the signal? The only thing that looks different, I don't know where the signal is on this car, but the only thing that looks different is this, like, is the signal at the top? I'm assuming they would be like on these ones right here. The only thing that looks different is like the brake light with it looks like a signal. That's what it looks like to me. Nope, there it is. No. I think he might be right. I think that's the signal. Okay. Yeah. Could have swerved a little bit more, but yeah. We're gonna do a traffic investigation. See who did what. I mean, the car would probably be at fault for making that turn in front of a cyclist, but we could also get ticketed possibly for, oh, we don't. Yeah, do we need all this? We could also be ticketed for failure to control or something like that. This is California. So they're going to just find the good people. Anyways.
We're doing good for a minute. I love how we're going below the speed limit, though.
How much below? I saw the speed limit sign.
We're doing good for a minute.
We're going 7 under. Yeah, it's frustrating.
I love how we're going below.
Just chill, cruise.
Come on, pretty please, use a pull off. Pretty please.
Yeah, if they could use
so much fun.
Yeah, if you're going under the speed limit and you have people behind you,
off the edge.
There's a pull off, dude. Go on the pull off. That's what you should do.
Man.
That's what we should do.
He was about to pull off for us. And then he was like, nah, be a good old boy and pull off. I knew we were just going to get that one lap in, and then that would have been it. And then, of course, my SD card.
It is.
All right, guys.
It is what it is. Just chill. Enjoy the view. Yeah, enjoy the view. Have a good time. Make your own entertainment. Doesn't have to be about speed. Oh.
God, he just hit those rocks.
Don't do that, buddy.
Axel. Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Oh, you got a flat, bro. That's karma. Yep,
That's not really karma. It's a dumb mistake.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens when you can't stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Bro. Not cool, dude.
Good job with the brakes, though. Did good. Check your pants. Grab yourself a nice drink from the Shell gas station. Just chill. You did fine. There it is. You're going to check your pants.
Dude.
All right. Intersection, hazardous situation. What's going to happen? Hopefully nobody behind us. Usually that's what happens when we're stopped, and this is how the video goes. Or somebody turns into us. Okay, it's green for us. Oh! Don't stop. If they're doing this, don't stop. Three things. Emergency brake. Okay. Emergency swerve. Emergency accelerate. This is the situation. They're coming like this, and you look, you're like, I'm going to choose to stop. No. They're coming like this, and we're about to hit. I'm already right here. I'm going to get T-boned. Emergency accelerate. That's why you have to make these decisions quickly, but there are only 3 decisions. Only 3 decisions. Yeah, hit me. So I want a new leg.
Seriously?
Yeah, when in doubt, power the F out, man. Get out of there. Or swerve, but like, okay, see, he slowed down a little bit, found a gap. It is what it is. Found the escape. Look for new hazards now. Look for new hazards. That was close. You handled it, though. Good job. You handled it. Hey, Rager Knight, we're back. Side of the vehicle, move over to the new position, move on. Not a big deal. You're just looking for problems. You want to post things. Or you live in a really crappy area. What are we doing here? This traffic is retarded. So now when you see this and it's green, like, where can we go? What can we do? What can we do? Slow speed maneuver.
In the end, I hope
Slow speed maneuvers to get ourselves out of it.
you've enjoyed it. See you soon in the...
See that right there? You can practice the Smart Rider drills, 24 motorcycle training drills, all these things from beginner all the way to expert. They get harder and harder. You practice slow speed. I guess what he could have been doing there, but other than that, he just rages at everybody. He was knighted to be a rager. But grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. We're going to be watching some crashes and close calls.
Check this out. And
we want to make sure we don't make the same mistakes that these riders make. So if you're brand new, pay attention. We have the whole motorcycle training system here, all the books. So check it out, links in the description. We're going to be using the information from these and apply it to this. Oh, weird. We have headlights in our lane. Let's get ourselves into a new position for safety, which was that lane splitting spot, because we're using the plan method. So we locate a hazard situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yeah, it's in my lane. So I have to navigate this active threat with three things: swerve, brake, accelerate. Those are the three things we do. Turn, slow down, go is on a motorcycle. Honking the horn, all that stuff, don't worry about it. It's not going to work. It's not going to help you out when there's an emergency. So we have to navigate ourselves from an active threat into a position for safety. So when we see this, what is a position for safety? Not getting hit. Not getting hit is one, but we're looking for an escape path. We need to have one. We need to have good line of sight, and we need a good space cushion. Space cushion basically means we're not getting hit, because if we don't have a space cushion, it means we are hit, right? So we want a space cushion, line of sight, escape route. What's our escape route or escape path, right? Our escape path right now is in between. You know, swerve right, hit the curb. Swerve left, hit the curb. Swerve, stay right here, get hit by the red car. Swerve left into the other lane, get hit by the car. Apply the brakes, might work if there's no one behind us. But if we apply the brakes, maybe we can let the red car in, back into the lane. Who knows, right? You can do both. You can apply the brakes and kind of put yourself in a spot where you're kind of lane splitting too. So applying the brakes while you're in this spot. If you're over here, you're gonna have to swerve to here, and then you can start applying the brakes, right? Or you can swerve right, not into the curb. Let's go ahead and delete that. Swerve right, and then apply the brakes to let them kind of just take over that spot. So there's multiple things we can do. So it makes sense. It's common sense, but we are planning our ride, and we're going to use the plan method I developed. It's part of riding smart. Learn how to ride a motorcycle from zero and get your motorcycle endorsement. Take the motorcycle operator skills test at your DMV or get prepared for the MSF. We go and do a practice version of that. But we talk about the plan method. Okay, road surface hazards. Oh no. That's where emergency accelerate would help in that situation. We're getting over here. Oh, they're turning. Accelerate out. We got clipped. Not any major injuries. Good job remaining calm and being a smart rider wearing full gear. So very good. Let's take a look at this one right above my head.
One, and the biker decided to catch the escaping dog.
Oh. So apply the brakes a little bit. Hopefully doggo doesn't get hit. Oh.
I think they realized that
He's trying to...
He's helping out. He's hurting the animal. Get him off the road. Hey, good job on the rider swerving around. Oh.
Whoa. Oh, I hope we got the dash cam.
Okay. So, we're doing this. We're doing fine. Pay attention to yourself. Okay? When people tend to help others, they tend to sacrifice themselves to rescue others. And that's not going to work really well, because even if you do succeed in helping and rescuing and keeping the other things safe, now you're the one that needs to be rescued. Doesn't work very well. So this is why when it comes to rescuing somebody after a motorcycle crash, you get it with the system. Okay, that's part of the rescue portion of the system, is that you need to remain calm and ensure your own safety. Don't put yourself in danger. I guess you put yourself in a little danger, but don't sacrifice your life. Don't sacrifice your health to save someone, especially a stranger. It is what it is. That's life, because if you keep sacrificing yourself, you're at some point you're not going to be able to help anybody. You have to learn how to kind of mitigate that. So with this, he did not ensure his own safety. We went a little bit off-road.
Random person. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we got that.
I get it. You love dogs. You don't want the dog to get hit, but
Down there.
What dog?
is it worth it now? Is it worth it?
Je vais la donner à quelqu'un.
I'm allergic. I have a boyfriend. Be careful. Be careful.
Extremely lucky to be here.
Hey, it's Iron Man.
Alive, be in the condition I am in. I know people who have turned out much worse. And I want to do something with that. I got a second chance to ride my bike, everything.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm changing this world, one act of random kindness at a time. And I really hope I can...
Motovlogging back in the day. This is a 5-year-old video, so this is motovlog. Oh, that's all he wanted to say? That's very nice. There's the side of the vehicle, though. Oh, it's the same guy, Moto Corey.
I really
So that's why he's grateful.
I can make a big difference in this world.
So I'm hoping this is before and that was after. Typically, when you kind of go down this grateful line of thinking, and it's like, I'm just grateful, you know, I'm alive. I have more to offer. You know, things, it could be a lot worse. You tend to do that after something like this, or hitting rock bottom in some kind of way. And this could be a rock bottom for him, crashing. But it could be a rock bottom after a loss of a relationship. That's pretty much what grief is loss of a relationship. Losing the relationship with you and your motorcycle could be grief. You know, losing the previous relationship with your healthy body, now you have a sick body, there's grief. Losing a relationship with your job, that's your identity. I had to deal with that after firefighting. I left the fire service, you know, for mental health reasons, but my identity was wrapped up in being a firefighter. So once I lost that, I had to go through grief. I had to go through grief. Same thing with being, you know, losing a partner, losing a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, losing, you know, whatever. Like, it's a change of a relationship. It's a change. And so typically when you go through that grief period and you come out the other side, there's a really strong portion of gratitude that comes with it, that it's like, I'm still alive. I'm still good. I'm creating a new identity. I'm creating a new me. And so you're very grateful that you're able to do that. One thing that I want you to practice, if you've ever been through that, or you're going through that, and you come out the other side, is don't lose the gratefulness. That's a skill. That's a practice. That's what got you out of it. That's what's making you feel better after. Then practice it over and over and over. We tend to get back into the mindset of like, this is my new thing. I no longer need to say or feel grateful. It's like, I just need to keep working. Even when things get tough and it's not rock bottom, practice. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm grateful. I'm happy. I have more to do. I can survive this. Whatever it is, inconvenience, frustrations, or whatever. Keep doing it. Celebrate. Celebrate your life. Keep doing it. Now with this is the side of the vehicle. I just wanted to share that. This is the side of the vehicle popping out. Okay? That is a pattern. That is going to indicate it's a hazardous situation. Why, Daniel? Why is it a hazardous situation? Well, if you see a side of the vehicle, that means intersection. Okay. Intersections are deadly for motorcycle riders. So that to me is a hazardous situation. So if I see a car, can you tell? I mean, you can kind of tell it's an intersection because of that turn lane. But if that turn lane wasn't there, could you tell it was an intersection from back here? Probably not, until you get a little bit closer. Or if there's a sign. But I can tell it's an intersection right away when I see that side of the vehicle pattern. So that tells me hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? Yeah, it's there. It's the side of the vehicle. It's there. It's not an active threat until it pops out into the road. Like that. So now it's an active threat. 3 things we can do. Right? 3 things. Swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate. Turn, stop, go. That's all we can do. So in this situation, which way is the car going? From right to left, from our point of view, right? They're going to go into this lane right over here, right? They're going to go there. So that means the back end is going to open up. But I still got quite a bit on this left side. So, I mean, I could swerve left, but if I'm going to swerve left, I'm going to go as close to that white line as possible. If I apply the brakes, it depends on my speed. How fast am I going? Am I going to be able to stop in time? Or am I going to be able to slow down enough to allow the person to go? Okay. If I want to swerve right, I'm going to shoot far right to that other white line. So almost 2 lanes. If I emergency accelerate into this, I'm probably going to collide straight on. So I'm going to have to do a mix of something, right? I'm going to apply the brakes and then swerve, or I just got to commit to the full swerve to the left right now, no braking. If I apply the brakes now, maybe the gap to the right will open so I can swerve right. We're doing all the thinking right now, watching this video. Because when it happens to you, you're not going to have this amount of time to think. So we're doing the planning right now. So if this happens, this visual, this side of the vehicle, this thing, we can only do these 3 things. And so in this situation, I would apply the brakes and swerve, then swerve right, because I know I'm not going to stop in time based on our speed. So I'm going to apply the brakes to slow down enough to where I have a gap to the right and then swerve. See what I mean? So we applied the brakes and honked the horn. The horn's not going to do anything, guys. Horn's not going to do anything. You have 3 things, only 3 things, please. Only 3 things you can do. 3 things. Horn is not one of them. Red bombing's not one of them. Doing nothing and screaming at them's not one of them. You have to do something. You have to do something. That's why we watch these. So we know that there's something we have to do. Let's not do what these people do. Or if they do something right, let's do what they did.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You pulled out on him. No, I didn't. Who's driving? Me. You pulled out on him. No, I didn't. Call the ambulance.
I'm calling. Just sit still.
Just call the ambulance.
I'm calling. Sit still, baby. Sit still.
Rachel, this is Donna.
That was chaotic. That's why we remain calm. Not everyone's going to do it. Not everyone's going to do it. Thankfully, we had a witness saying that you pulled out on him. Ooh-wee. Let's take a look.
Okay.
There's that's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. See the shaky?
The cyclist lost his balance and fell while
I love the
close to
music
biker.
sometimes.
It didn't take long for the bikers to react.
Oh no! That's actually pretty dangerous for an old person. That could break some bones just doing that. So let's go ahead and rescue. Okay. All right. Moving on. Here we go. Oh, a little close. Yeah, that. Watch out for those little, what is it? Not junction points, but. Anyways, yeah, watch out for those when you're in the middle of a turn. Typically on bridges. Oh, he fell down. Time to rescue our buddy. Expansion joints. There you go. Thank you. So that's why if we talk on our cardos, if we're riding in a group of friends, talk on our cardos, you get the duo with a group with your buddy. It splits the cost, and there's a link in the description for a discount. Same thing for all this the system. United States shipping for free. Rock form mounts. Bunch of stuff in the description. So he's doing fine. We did our rescue assessment. There's a little flower for you, buddy. We're gonna lift the bike up. We don't want to get hit by traffic, so somebody should be looking down for traffic. So he's gonna pick it up. Very nice. Your butt's sitting on it. Let's get everyone out of the way. Okay. This looks like Arizona. Or California. Oh. Tried to make the turn, couldn't.
Oh, it's never like in the privacy of your own home that you fall.
Exactly. Always in
So
public.
they're chatting. Yeah.
Biker on the road with
It is what it is.
was completely ignored by the several drivers.
What do we got here? Oh, jeez. So somebody pulled out, not a big deal. We're gonna turn left. What did I miss there? Okay, side by side with the vehicle. It is what it is. Give yourself a good position so you can swerve right if you need to. They're gonna want to come into our lane. That was an open lane pattern. Let them in. We're on a scooter with a learner. I'm learning about the UK stuff. Is this the AM license? AM? It's a moped, or is it? It's probably 125, so it's an A, not A.
One of the bikers speeded
A2?
so fast that he stopped at the parking barriers.
Learning. Oh, big mistake. Ooh. A1 is 125, okay. Did we really have to rewind it? I didn't do that. That was their thing. So let's go to the beginning. So we're speeding. This is Mount Lemon?
Barriers.
No, it's not Mount Lemon. That's not Mount Lemon. I don't think that's Mount Lemon. It looks a little bit like it, but it's basically like, it's a mountain road. We're speeding. We're at a Vista Point right here. We want to pull off, but we're speeding into the Vista Point. We're not, we didn't do our speed appropriately. So we're speeding into it. We slammed the brakes, front end or the back end went up. So we applied a lot of front. Now we're just all over the place. We have no control of the bike at this point. We're just going to collide. So failure to negotiate the corner. Front end, there it is. We lost everything. So he's up and over the fence, but this is a high mechanism of injury. High mechanism of injury. We have to rescue this person because there's going to be some broken stuff. There's going to be so remain calm, ensure your own safety. It's a good sign that he's walking. It does not mean he's okay.
He came in too hot, dude. He freaking started sliding.
The only thing that walking is telling you is that right now, because it can change, right now his brain's working enough, his heart and circulatory system is working enough to pump blood to his legs and his brain. His breathing is working because he's talking. So his airway is at least clear enough to talk, and his lungs are okay right now. All those things right now. If there was something that happened and now we're starting to deteriorate, so a laceration internally, brain injury starting to now kick in, maybe a punctured lung, and now he's starting to get difficulty breathing. So soon, if something happened, it's going to go down. So if it's going to go down, he's going to go down. So if he's walking around and he goes down, boom, secondary injury possibly, hitting the head, because when you go unconscious, you're not really protecting yourself. So at this point, it's like, awesome, Jeff, sit down. Sit down. Because sitting down is going to actually help out your circulatory system, your blood pressure, and a few other things. You're not have to expend energy to walk around and think. Just sit down. Let's take a look. Let me look at your legs. Let me look at your arms. Let me see if there's any major bleeds. Now let's sit here for 5-10 minutes. We're not going anywhere because your bike's not going anywhere. Ask questions every 5 minutes, or just chat the whole time. Like, do you have any pain anywhere? No. A couple minutes. Do you have any pain anywhere?
Dude,
yeah.
All that stuff.
The adrenaline's gonna mask it at the beginning. All of a sudden he's be like, ow, it's really starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt. Broken collarbone.
Come out of those.
A lot of things can be masked. So he's not going to be able to go anywhere. If you're going to be a good friend, you're going to hang out with him. Your ride is done too, just like his ride is done. And so you're going to wait for the tow truck with him, and then you're going to ride home. But when it comes to this, remain calm, ensure your own safety. And it's like, I want to call 911. And he's like, no, I don't do it. You can make a judgment call not to or to do it. If you do call 911, at least in the United States, you can do a right to refusal. So they show up on scene, you wasted their time a little bit, whatever. We're getting paid 24 hours anyways. He can just sign, I don't want to go to the hospital. Boom, it's kind of done. But at least you have him on the way, because all of a sudden he starts deteriorating when they're on their way. He's like, don't call 911. I'm not going to go. Well, I called. They're on their way. And then while they're on their way, he's like, actually, I feel kind of sick. I'm going to throw up. So he has brain injury. Or he's like, passes out. Well, you already had them on the way. That's great. Now you don't have to call now. They're already 10, 15 minutes already on their way. You know, it's better. But make sure we don't get hit either. Check for any major bleeds. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Take a stop to bleed class. The rescue booklet and the rescue card that you get with the system is just an awareness level. I do have some videos on how to apply a tourniquet, pack the wound, direct pressure, do an assessment. I do have those, but they're on Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. But that's the awareness level. When it comes to something like rescue, you really need hands-on stuff. I can teach you how to ride a motorcycle without a class. That's not too hard. That's how I learned. I could teach you how to set up 24 motorcycle training drills. You basically set up the cones once and you just do 24 drills with 10 cones. But when it comes to rescue, this is just like the awareness level. There's the operational level that I want you to get.
Yeah, thank you. How is it still burning up?
That's steam. That's steam. That's not smoke. That's steam. See how it's dissipating? That's steam.
Oh, it's because leaking oil. You sure, dude? Take a seat for a little bit, man, because I know adrenaline will start going at you right now.
Man.
Just take a seat,
That's steam.
dude.
Dude, I wish I had that on GoPro.
You learn a little bit when you've been on enough car fires, like what's steam, what's smoke.
Let me tell you, though, you were freaking...
Hauling it?
Sending butt for 600. I thought this was like the 1000R.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So this is a highway. Yeah, probably cracked radiator. I want to point that out, Fiona, in the chat. Be a Samaritan. Son was found by a random stranger. He didn't remember his last name and couldn't use his phone. The guy called his wife and 911. Be that person for someone in need. There it is. Grab yourself a donut. Exactly. I feel like there's a moral duty to act just because you don't have to. There's no legal duty unless you're police, fire. You guys know that if you are. But I think there's a moral duty to act. Help out. And if all you can do is call 911, call 911. Let's go. Yeah, they're just kind of, I would scoot up. Yeah, scoot up. See what's up. See what's happening. Maybe there's a rescue incident. Maybe somebody's like having a medical emergency.
You need help?
I was wondering what that was all about. Moving on. All right. Oh, somebody's in our lane. We moved over to new position. Not a big deal. Watch out. Anybody wants to switch in our lane, like that person right there. They're going to take a little bit to speed up. So just roll off the throttle. Hey, he's on a mule. What's the issue? We didn't want to be behind them. We just did an open lane pattern. We don't want to be stuck behind this person. So we're going to do a head check. We're going to look and we're going to switch lanes. We just did it. And we used our blinker. Very nice. Open lane pattern. Cars do that to us. We're typically here. They'll come into our lane, but they won't look. So we can't blame people for their intention on this. We can blame them for their incompetency when it comes to doing the head check and blinker. We can do that. But at the same time, it's not going to matter when you're on the ground in the hospital. So if you see that there's somebody stuck behind somebody slow and there's an open spot in front of you, pretend you're invisible so technically you're not there. It's open all the way. If they switch over, would you get hit? If it's a yes, you're in the blind spot or side by side. So get away. Ride staggered with other cars. Like you're in a group ride with cars on the road. So he did it. Cars do it. It all depends on if you're going to get hit or not. So stay away. What's going on here? So okay, he's flashing his lights. He wants to switch over to the open lane. He doesn't like us. He's gonna keep honking his horn. Maybe we have something hanging off the back of our bike. Or he's just a D-bag. Yeah, I think he's just a D-bag. It is what it is. No, we don't need to find out why. There's so many reasons why people are idiots, and they won't even be able to tell you why they're idiots. That's just it. That's just it. But thank you, Motostarters, for putting that out. Grab yourself a donut. We have slices of pizza in the crew lounge. And with that said, check out the links in the description. And hopefully you guys ride safe. And I'll see you guys next week on the live stream.